Light. We live inside it every second, yet we rarely consider its speed. It is the fastest thing in the universe, carrying information across unimaginable distances, binding space, time, and life itself. But imagine, for a moment, that light began to slow. Not imperceptibly, not by a fraction, but enough that the effects reached Earth immediately. At first glance, nothing seems wrong. The sun still shines, the moon still orbits, and the colors around you appear normal. But reality does not care about appearances. It is bound by rules, and the speed of light is one of the most fundamental. Even a slight change begins to tear at the threads holding the universe together. The first effects hit perception. Vision is instantaneous, or at least it seems to be. Our eyes and brain are finely tuned to light arriving at predictable times. When light slows, the objects around you start to lag behind reality. A falling raindrop does not appear where it is, but slightly behind. A swinging pendulum shows its path delayed. Your hand reaching for a cup misses by milliseconds, you can feel. The sun itself seems to hang, its light arriving slower than expected. Shadows stretch strangely, reflections flicker, and the rhythm of daily life becomes subtly wrong. People would initially dismiss it as optical illusion, but the effect compounds. Moments we rely on for survival, crossing the street, catching a ball, or navigating a vehicle, begin to fail in ways that are invisible until disaster strikes. Technology, the second casualty, collapses faster than human perception can follow. GPS satellites rely on light-speed signals to calculate position. If light slows even slightly, every navigation system is thrown off. Planes, ships, self-driving cars, machines we trust to operate with precision begin to miscalculate. Communication signals lag. Internet data transfers, high-frequency trading, even electrical grid synchronization all depend on exact timing. With light delayed, the systems we take for granted stop functioning in concert. Blackouts, traffic accidents, and failed logistics would ripple across the globe, silently at first, then catastrophically. Beyond perception and technology, physics itself begins to falter. The equations of special relativity, the foundation of modern physics, rely on light as a constant. Energy, mass, time, and space all interrelate through the speed of light. When that speed decreases, the universe begins to behave differently. Particles collide incorrectly. Chemical reactions slow. Photosynthesis in plants is delayed. Energy transfer inside our bodies falters. Every system, biological, mechanical, cosmic, depends on light to propagate information reliably. Slow it, and life struggles to interpret reality. The effects are even stranger in the cosmic scale. Light carries information across the universe. Stars, galaxies, and distant events appear delayed. Astronomy, the study of time itself, becomes meaningless. The sun's light, which normally takes 8 minutes to reach Earth, now takes longer. And for every planet in the solar system, timing differences distort gravitational effects. Communications with satellites and probes across the solar system fall out of sync. Time itself becomes a flexible concept, no longer a reliable measure. Cause and effect begin to fray in subtle, terrifying ways. For living beings, the consequences extend beyond perception and technology. Humans rely on circadian rhythms, synchronized with the sun. When light slows, the timing signals received by the body are inconsistent. Sleep cycles falter, hormones misfire. Mental processes depend on timing cues from the environment, and when those cues arrive late, the brain struggles to function properly. Even minor delays in sensory input can cause dizziness, disorientation, and cognitive collapse. Animals that rely on rapid visual cues, birds, insects, predators, suffer even faster. Ecosystems, already finely tuned, begin to destabilize. Even Earth's climate depends on light traveling at a constant speed. Radiation balances, atmospheric heating, and ocean currents are tied to solar energy arriving predictably. If light slows, heating patterns shift. Nights and days become uneven, triggering extreme weather. Storms intensify, currents shift, crops fail. Life does not have time to adapt. The smallest reduction in light speed cascades through the climate, the biosphere, and every human system, quietly reshaping the planet into something unpredictable. The terrifying part is subtle. Nothing explodes. There is no visible catastrophe at first. The sky remains blue. Birds still fly. People walk their streets. Everything looks normal. But underneath, every chain that keeps life, technology, and physics working is quietly unraveling. Small delays multiply, interactions fail, and life begins to falter. Civilization reliant on precision begins to fail in silence. Machines fail first, then systems, then organisms. The fragility of everything we assume is normal is revealed in one invisible change: the slowing of light. The universe itself is fragile because it depends on this one constant. The speed of light binds space and time. Slow it down, and synchronization fails. Relativity, causality, communication, and life are all compromised. The world does not end with fireworks or a bang. It ends quietly, imperceptibly, until every structure, organism, and system we depend on begins to break down. In the end, light is not just fast. It is the silent backbone of reality. Its speed maintains the rhythm of life, the timing of physics, and the coherence of the universe. Slow it even slightly, and we discover that reality is far more delicate than we ever imagined. A single shift in light speed would silently remake the world, revealing the invisible threads upon which existence itself depends. All it takes is changing time. Day and night aren't conveniences. They are the invisible heartbeat of life. When that heartbeat stops, or stretches too far, everything built on it begins to fail. Earth wouldn't die instantly, it would suffer slowly, and so would we.